Welcome, Tailgate Legends, to my 2026 NFL Rookie Rankings video. As always, I'm going to do my rookie rankings, just my top 15. I will do a couple of shout outs at the end, like people that almost made the cut into the top 15. But yeah, I mean, everybody here knows it's one of my favorite times of the year. It's a lot of our favorite times of the year. Everybody's got rookie fever. Rookie draft is super fun. I only have one pick. As everybody is probably very well aware, I traded a lot of picks before and during last year to try to win my second championship in a row. She worked out. Okay, so I'm just gonna get her started here. I do have a couple of, I guess, surprises, but obviously my rankings don't surprise me. But when I do my rankings, and I really go off of just my own pure thoughts. I don't go off of like anybody else's rankings. I look at the rookies. I look at the position, I look at the depth chart, I look at opportunity, skill, obviously, and I genuinely just make my own judgments and rankings. So sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. Okay, so number one, not going to be any surprises here. Number one, Jeremiah Love. Dude's just a stud. There's really not much I have to say or can say that everybody has not heard. You know, he catches the ball well. He's fast. He's strong. He's big. He's athletic. There's just not a whole lot about his game that you just don't love. You know, him going to the Cardinals, I feel like the Cardinals is... maybe it wasn't the best spot, but it certainly wasn't the worst. I mean, the Cardinals are still a decent franchise. You know, they have some work to do, but I don't know. It reminds me a lot of Bijan going to the Falcons, where a lot of people weren't like super thrilled with it, you know, on the surface. But, you know, you take a deeper dive and it's like the Cardinals really aren't that bad. And Jeremiah Love is good enough that it probably won't matter where he goes. He's just that good. So, Jeremiah Love, number one. Number two, I actually have Mekhi Lemon at number two. I thought a lot on this one. You know, I like Lemon and I like Carnell Tate, who we'll talk about. I like both of them. However, I guess I have some hesitations with both of them. You know, Mekhi Lemon, he's a late breakout. If you do some research on late wide receiver breakouts, it's not a very good list. However, I think that Mekhi Lemon can break the mold. Especially with the Eagles. They don't have A.J. Brown. I know, like, they traded for Wicks. Like, who fucking cares about that? They still have Devontae Smith, but Mekhi Lemon, I think he's going to be playing outside and inside. I think he's just going to get a lot of targets from a good quarterback to start his career and keep it going. Like, Jalen Hurts is not old. So it's like, Mekhi Lemon is going to be a centerpiece of that offense for years to come. So, and Jalen Hurts is already a proven quarterback. That's why I have him over Carnell Tate. I do like Carnell Tate still. But I'm just gonna nudge Lemon into my number two spot just because I like the situation more than Carnell Tate. And then number three, I do have Carnell Tate. Again, I do like Carnell Tate. I just, you know, the biggest thing between those two guys is, you know, you kind of have to bet on Cam Ward and Jalen Hurts. You kind of have to bet on those guys. And I would rather bet on Jalen Hurts than Cam Ward. Now, Cam Ward at the end of last year did start to look a lot better. So could Cam Ward take a large step going into his second year and Carnell Tate be a stud? Absolutely. Could absolutely happen. But, you know, you're kind of just banking on odds between those two. And I just like Makai Lemon's odds a little bit more. But, again, really do like Carnell Tate. Yeah, do like Carnell Tate still. So, so I got Lemon at 2, Carnell Tate at 3. Number 4, I did my rankings, and then I looked at other people's rankings, and I was very surprised by kind of the consensus rankings for this player, because I have him way higher than other people. At number 4, I have Antonio Williams. Yeah. So, I did my rankings, and then I kind of looked at some consensus rankings, and I considered dropping Antonio Williams back. I thought on it for a little bit, and I decided I'm not going to fucking do that. Because every player I have him ahead of, I feel more comfortable with Antonio Williams, and this is another Ladd McConkey situation. It's the same thing. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here, because why the fuck, there is literally no reason not to love Antonio Williams. He goes to a good offense with a really good quarterback when he's healthy. Now, maybe Jaden Daniels gets hurt, maybe he stays healthy. I would say if he's healthy, you have almost no good target competition there. You have Terry McLaurin, who is aging out a little bit. You have Chig Okonkwo, who they just got, Chig Okonkwo is probably going to be okay. Ben Sinnott, he is probably not the guy, which is why they got Okonkwo. And then, like, I don't know, like Luke McCaffrey is there, I guess. I don't know. Antonio Williams might start day one and just go nuts. He absolutely could do that. And I just feel like at worst, he's just going to be a really solid player to start his career, which that's how every player on this list is. They're going to be solid players, but I just feel like Antonio Williams has a chance to be an absolute rock star. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy. Like, I'm on Fantasy Pros right now. They have him ranked at 15. And I'm looking at these other guys. I'm like, I would much rather have Antonio Williams than Eli Stowers, Kenyon Sadiq, Denzel Boston, Omar Cooper. These are the Jets and the fucking Browns, dude. What are we talking about right now? I just feel like I'm crazy right now, but I always stick to my rankings. I feel good about this one. I don't know, man. I got Antonio Williams at 4, and I feel okay about it. At number 5, I do have Jordan Tyson. This is another one where it's like, okay, Tyler Shuck did play pretty good. If Tyler Shuck continues to play well, Jordan Tyson is going to be really good. Chris Olave is really good. Obviously has some concussion, injury history. Jordan Tyson also has an injury history, so Tyler Shuck just might be fucked because both of his fucking wide receivers are hurt all the time. But no, I mean, love Jordan Tyson. He's good. I mean, he's really good. He's big, physical, fast. I mean, there's really not a whole lot not to like about Jordan Tyson. Of course, my freaking battery's going dead on my computer, so now it's like super dark and I'm outside. I can't see. But yeah, like Jordan Tyson, that rounds out my top 5. Jeremiah Love, Makai Lemon, Carnell Tate, Antonio Williams, Jordan Tyson are my top 5. Number 6, I have Jadarian Price. I really like the situation. I like this. The problem with Jadarian Price is I like the situation more than I like the player. I like the player, don't love the player. He's big, he's not super fast. He was behind Jeremiah Love his entire collegiate career, so it's really hard to it's really hard to put that against him. However, I've talked to a couple guys. There's a pretty decent list of starters in college and backups in college who both get drafted, and the backups in those situations rarely do that well. They do. Some of them have done okay, but like none of them have been studs. So I would say for Jadarian Price, him being an RB1 right off the bat is probably out of the question. Him being an RB2 is probably a guarantee. He's probably an RB2 and probably always will be in RB2 while he's good. So, I got him at number 6. You want an RB2? Like, yeah, go for it. At number 6, at the 6th pick in the first round, I'm just looking for a little bit of a higher ceiling than what I think Jadarian Price is going to give you. But I also don't think that there's very high ceilings for a lot of these guys. I mean, just percentages tell you that 1 or 2 of these guys are going to break out, but I don't know. I just don't like the odds here. Okay, number 7, I have Omar Cooper. Again, I mean, it's the Jets. I don't mind. I like Omar Cooper, but it's the fucking Jets, dude. And it's like, they got Garrett Wilson still. I don't know, man. As of right now, Geno Smith is their quarterback. Now, are they going to get one of the studs next year? There's a pretty high chance of that. So maybe after this year, they draft one of the studs in next year's class, and Omar Cooper is just fine. But right now, got him at number 7. Number 8, I have KC Concepcion. Same thing, man. I just have a really, really, really hard time trusting anybody on the Jets or the Browns. Really hard time. I mean, especially when we're talking about early to mid first round picks. Now we're in the 8th pick, but I don't know, man. I'm not looking to draft a fucking wide receiver from the Browns when they drafted 2 pretty high. Them and the Jets drafted 2 receivers pretty high. That just tells you, like, there's just that many more mouths to feed. In both situations, one might rise to the top, you know what I mean, over the other one. Like, it's going to happen. But then you have to worry about the fucking quarterback situation in both on both teams. So it's like, dude, I'm just not trying to fuck with that. But I don't mind Omar Cooper, and he might be pretty good. I just highly doubt you're ever going to get a wide receiver 1 out of that guy. But that's just me. KC Concepcion and Omar Cooper. But yeah. So those are the guys that I feel like have like decent ceilings if things really pan out. Maybe the Browns and the Jets get one of those stud quarterbacks next year, really lifts them up. Rookie seasons, though, I'm not expecting much, if anything, out of those guys. And then at number 9, I have Fernando Mendoza. I'm not a big proponent of taking quarterbacks super early. I feel like number 9 is perfect for him. He's going to be solid. He's going to be a solid quarterback at minimum. So I just feel like at number 9, you're just getting a solid player. You're not taking a huge risk there. So I feel like, 8, 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there is just a perfect spot for Mendoza in this league. Number 10, I have Jonah Coleman. I really like Coleman. Obviously, there's 2 running backs right now ahead of him on the depth chart. However, one of them is, what's his dick face? One second. Dude, I can't see my goddamn screen. J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey are the 2. Like, R.J. Harvey is going to keep getting work in the passing game for sure. I think Sean Payton is really looking for more of a stable, maybe not every down back, but like a first and second down back, which is what J.K. Dobbins is. J.K. Dobbins is a little bit older now. He's had a lot of injuries. I don't know how much he has left in the tank, so I do like Jonah Coleman to take over that role of first and second down back eventually. Probably as soon as this year at some point. But we'll see. But I don't mind Jonah Coleman. He is a little bit limited just because of the depth on the depth or the running back room on that depth chart. He is a little bit limited, but I think he's going to be a solid player. So I have him at number 10. Then at number 11, I have Nick Singleton. God, this guy, I just feel like his floor is so low and his ceiling is pretty freaking high, though. You watch him play. Now, I'm not watching all of his tape here, but I'm definitely watching, I'm watching parts of games and I'm watching highlights. And dude, the dude kind of looks like a stud. I mean, he fucking looks good. So I don't know. I don't know how that running back room shakes out in a year. Heading into this year, you do have Tyjae Spears and sorry everybody. And Tony Pollard. Yeah. I don't think he's going to take a ton of work from those guys, barring injuries, of course, this year. But then the following year, I don't know. You might see a breakout in year 2 for Nick Singleton. But we'll see. Number 12, I have Chris Bell. I do like, the Dolphins are tough because they have a new coach. They have gotten rid of a lot of people. However, they do have Malik Willis, and Malik Willis is going to have to throw it to somebody. That's just the way it is. There are not many people to throw it to in Miami anymore. You're looking at Malik Washington and Chris Bell, Jalen Tolbert. There's just not a lot of target competition there. Craig Dulcich, jeez. So it's like, dude, they're still an NFL team. They're still going to throw it. They have to throw it to somebody. I don't mind Chris Bell. I think he's going to be a solid, low-end wide receiver too. And I think he has potential. I think his ceiling is like a high-end wide receiver too. I think he has that kind of potential. Do I think he could be a wide receiver 1? No. But I don't know. I can see it. I see the path for Chris Bell. I also see a path where he just sucks. You know what I mean? But when you're drafting in these rookie drafts, especially at the end of the first, early second, that's kind of the name of the game. I have Chris Bell at 12, so last pick of the first round. There's always risk there. But I like Chris Bell. Okay, so then at number 13, I have Dazon Stribling. This is another one where it's like, I don't know, I kind of want to put him a little lower in my rankings or higher in my rankings. They don't have as many wide receivers as they had last year. Now I understand they added Mike Evans, but dude, they have Mike Evans who, again, he's getting older. He is hurt. Kind of all that hamstring is not getting any better, I'll tell you that. They do have Ricky Pearsall. And then Brandon Ayuk is not coming back. Yeah. And then Stribling. So, and then obviously they do have Christian McCaffrey. He is going to get a lot of work in the passing game as long as he's healthy as well. But I don't mind Stribling. I mean, one injury to Mike Evans and Stribling is all of a sudden, the Y or the X receiver. So, yeah, I like Stribling. Yeah, this is another one. It's like, I have him at 13. These guys at Fantasy Pros have him at 19. It's like, or 18. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know where we're getting this from. Stribling is good, and he went to a good team and a good offense. What are we doing right now? All right. Well, that's enough of that. All right. Then number 14, I have Kenyon Sadiq. I don't know. This one is kind of just against my better judgment. I have him this high just because he got drafted, pretty much because of his draft capital. I think everybody here knows how I feel about big athletic tight ends going in the first round. I I'm very hesitant. Very hesitant. Now, he's uber athletic. Maybe they force him the ball. I don't know. It's certainly worth, the 14th overall pick. That'd be the second pick in the second round. I don't know. He could be good. He could be good. I don't trust it, especially on that team with that quarterback and that organization. I don't trust it. If I have the 203, and if he's there, he won't be there. But if he was there, I would still trade out of that pick or try to trade out of that pick. Still not trying to take him. So that's how I feel about Kenyon Sadiq. And then 15, I have Denzel Boston, and more of the same with him. I like Denzel Boston. I actually really like Denzel Boston, but dude, he went to a bad team, bad organization with a bad quarterback. I don't trust it. God, like they can't even feed one guy. Like they can't even feed one guy, let alone, Casey Concepcion, Jerry Jeudy, and Denzel Boston, let alone 3 guys, and Harold Fannin. It's like, I don't want any part of that offense. I don't want any part of the Jets offense. I don't know, man. That's just me. Yeah, I don't know. But that's my top 15. A couple guys... a couple guys that I kind of wanted to get in here were Jeremy Bernard, but I don't trust it with Aaron Rodgers, in a rookie, especially in what is seemingly his last year. Chris Brazzell, kind of, but I don't really trust. I don't really trust Bryce Young, so I don't know. And then there's a couple other guys that I like. I'm not gonna say him right now because I might try to trade back in. I'm gonna post this video as soon as we get to the as soon as we get through this list. I will post the video. So that's all I got today. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hopefully the rookie draft is going well. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you guys later.